All right, we are here for our day one recap of KBIS, the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show, which runs concurrently, as always, alongside the International Builder Show. I got all those IBSs and KBISs down, right, guys? That's pretty much right?
You nailed it,
You got
bud.
it.
So awesome. So a show we've been going to for a little bit here at Nationwide, and me extending even a little further back. So, but I appreciate we don't have our full cast of characters for this day one recap, but we'll get Mr. Reedy to join us here as the week goes on. But I appreciate Mr. John Lang, our outdoor guru, and Mr. John O'Halloran, our new luxury merchant here at Nationwide. You guys taking some time out of. It's a crazy schedule. I am not jealous of what you guys are going through this week, even though it's a virtual show. So thank you for finding time and sitting down and chatting about day one here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hosting us. It's wild because it's, a lot of times I think when you come to the Kitchen and Bath show in person, you don't have an opportunity to see and to participate in some of the speaking events. And I think today we had the opportunity to do that. So it's pretty neat to hear what's going on and some of the trends in the industry.
Definitely. And something, with all the virtual shows we've been going to recently, a similar trend you hear. It's nice to kind of have a break from wandering around show floors and walking miles upon miles to actually sit down and hear some education. So let's start right there. I know both of you, we've been in and out of sessions all day, kind of watching a lot of educational stuff. So from that, we'll start with you, Mr. Lang. What stood out day one for you from either the sessions you were able to attend or anything else?
Well, first of all, I just like to go on record that I miss the people, and I would much rather be in Orlando than sitting here in my house. So
amen.
Let's just go on record with that. No, it was a great day. I think there were some technical issues that kind of started out for both events that got worked out, and we were able to get in a pretty full day of events. From an educational standpoint, as John mentioned, we were able to attend a few of those. Highlights for me would be Bill Darcy speaking about the state of the industry for the Kitchen and Bath Association, specifically in the kitchen and bath industry. And then follow that up with Mr. Kohler from Kohler Company, who brought, great insights about how, e-commerce grew 10 years in 8 months last year, I think was his quote.
8 weeks. 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Oh, thank you. 10 years,
10 years
and 8
weeks.
Yeah. So, and that trend is still continuing, and people are relying on the internet, both from a consumer investigation standpoint. That's remained, but now, retailers and all businesses have morphed to their business model that can help, frankly, sell that consumer all the way to cart with personal touches along the way, albeit electronic. So that was pretty cool. He talked about the touchless appliances and products being a trend that's going to be coming. Big push today on health and well-being in a number of sessions. He emphasized that as well. He had a quote at the end, which I loved, and I wish all of us could adopt this, which was strong partnerships are critical to our success. And, I think at Nationwide Marketing Group, that couldn't hold true from the importance of our vendor relationships, our member relationships, and the integration of Nationwide in the middle. So I'll just stop there. That was one of my highlights, I think, that I wanted to talk about.
No, that's awesome. And so true to a lot of what you said. And, great things out of that state of the. So a lot of numbers that, we'll dive into as we get some blogs up and whatnot from the show, but really interesting things about sort of how strong this industry has been in the face of such a challenging time over the past year. Not to say it wasn't challenging, but to see how sort of the industry stood up and the opportunities moving forward are awesome to kind of see that played out in big presentations and keynotes like that. So, all right, Mr. O'Halloran, what stood out to you from this day one?
Well, I think that was a strong statement that John just said, though, about how the, digital, what was it? It's the e-commerce and digital strategy has changed, has moved forward 10 years, right? In just 8 weeks. I mean, that is just insane. But But again, I think it's important for everybody to note that, that's something we've been talking about, the importance of why we, do the things we do. We talk, when I was in the MSM role, but RWS and set on time, right? Because of the evolution of the consumer and how they're shopping today. So what's really exciting, right? And you mentioned, some of the statistics and things we'll mention, but one of the things that stuck with me that they noted was that the kitchen and bath industry is anticipated to be up. Let me find this real quick.
I think 16.
16%, right, to $159 billion,
Whew.
right? That's insane.
It's a lot of dough.
It is a lot of debt. Well, and you know what? In coming off when we were all sitting back in March, and all of a sudden the whole world changed, right? And that was a common thing that was talked about, right? Nobody knew what was going to happen. Everybody saw that businesses were shutting down. They had to shelter in place. And so nobody expected to see that the business would be at the end of the year where we finished up in 2020, right? So to have the projections that in 2021, the kitchen and bath industry will be up 16%, I think is super exciting. And it's just, we are very fortunate to be in the kitchen and bath industry, right? So that was the one thing, the biggest takeaway I got, because there's a lot of other industries that aren't as fortunate as we are today,
Right.
And the other thing, and I heard multiple speakers talk about this, which for me is, I'm an appliance guru. I love the kitchen. I love to cook. But the kitchen continues to be the heart of the home, right? And consumers continue to invest in the kitchen. And that's going to be a trend I think we'll see moving through 21 and into 22. So I think the health of our business, the outlook is very, very positive.
And driven, I know, a lot by, we saw a lot of talk about the industry, rates and things like that being super low and driving a lot of, whether it's in the new construction space or the renovation space, a lot of work being done in the home, which is always exciting to see and kind of trickles down to this industry and, some success for the guys that are members of Nationwide Marketing Group. So, one question we want to end on, looking forward, this is day one. We're recapping day one. There's 2 more full days of content and meetings. And I don't know if that's terrifying to hear or what for you guys, but what are you looking forward to very quickly before we wrap up today?
If you don't mind, I'll jump in. What I'm looking forward to see the innovation of new products. As a product guy, I can't wait to see, especially in the luxury world, what the next best thing is going to be. And we've got a number of meetings lined up to kind of evaluate and see that for ourselves. So look forward to sharing that with everybody tomorrow and on Thursday.
Mr. Lang?
Yeah, we had a chance to see a couple of booths that were individual walkthroughs today. First one I would know would be Electrolux, very understated booth. The very cool part about Electrolux for us is they're saving their innovation to show to the marketplace at prime time. That's the first place they're bringing their new innovation. So they have skipped bringing it to the world's largest, or at least the U.S. largest appliance show to bring it to prime time. So make sure you're there to see that. Whirlpool, also understated, they did participate in a really cool home show with Pro Builder Show, building 3 homes that were done really well virtually to walk you through the home and pick up all the great technology and of course their new appliances. So that was well done. GE, I will mention, they sponsored the last session we were at, and it was fascinating to listen to this PhD senior product VP from GE talk about how smart appliances are certainly in their portfolio today, some 400 models, but that's going to just continue to grow and grow every day. But the cool part is it's not just an appliance for today. They're building those appliances with software that has an open interface that they'll be able to download upgrades. And as the consumer's interests and needs change over time, they'll be able to adapt that software to that consumer's needs. So I thought that was very cool, and look, really some great things from GE in the future because of that.
Yeah.
Next few days, gosh, I am looking forward to seeing some new innovative product that John talked about, having some one-on-ones or meetings with some of our key vendors, as well as prospects that we're here to talk to see about partnering with Nationwide. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. And you call out GE. I have a direct quote, written down from him and just about, a lot of talk, I think, too, today. And he sort of hit the nail on the head about experience mattering for customers and sort of, from the product standpoint and how opinions and interests can change. So why not develop products that can adapt with them over time and sort of fit their needs as they change over time? So always interesting to see how that sort of applies to appliances and, what that looks like in product form. So only day one. We got a lot more coverage of KBIS coming up. So I appreciate you guys, Mr. O'Halloran and Mr. Lang, taking time out of your day. Hopefully we get Mr. Reedy on here before the week is out. We're not going to let him get by without at least getting on one of these videos. So no, looking forward to it, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.